Well, good Monday to you. This is the beginning of the week. I've made a little video, and if you stay to the end, I've done a little shot around Loch Mila. You're very welcome. So the night before last, I made some baked potatoes in my little wood-burning stove. I waited till the ashes were nice and hot, and I put the potatoes into foil paper and just placed them into the embers. And half an hour later, just half an hour, I had these wonderful baked potatoes. So I just thought I'd share this with you because, look, it cost me nothing in energy costs to bake potatoes. And, so quick, much quicker than the conventional oven as well. And were they tasty? They were just delicious. All I had on them was some vegan butter, and that was just perfect. I ate the skins and all. Oh, they were delicious. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about today's video. But here's the spuds. So many of you have been asking me about the woodland and, please take me out into the woodland. And so I thought what I'd do is I would share 1 acre with you today. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to walk around 1/3 of the land, which is 1/3 is 1 acre because I have 3 acres. So it's really just from the woodland at the very front of the cottage and up round towards the stone circle and the Polytunnel and everything in between. Now, as you can see, there's just some incredible colours developing, and it's a still day. There's no wind. There's a little bit of rain, but just little spits, as they'd say in Ireland. It's a beautiful autumnal day. We'll go through this little arch and then we'll turn to the right. And if you have a map, this is along the north bank of the cottage. So it's just on the brow of the hill. The woodland falls away into quite a big dell just below me here. And where I'm walking now, in another few weeks, this area will be covered with shaggy incap mushrooms, which are very edible. And if they're picked fresh and chopped and fried in some oil with some garlic, they are just delicious on toast. So I'm waiting for the weather just to be right to get those mushrooms blooming and coming to fruition. So just walking up now, this would be around the side of the cottage. And just a little bit up here is where I'm collecting lots of hazelnuts at the moment, because I planted over 1,100 trees on my 3 acres. Everything you see here, I've planted. Trees, shrubs, everything. And they're all mixed deciduous. Excuse me. There were a few evergreens as well, because it's a really mixed woodland, which gives it that vibrant life and resilience, And so I've planted lots of hazel trees hither and thither, and I'm just coming up to one now on the left. So there's lots of hazelnuts everywhere. And where I'm pointing the camera, it's looking down towards the fairy wood, and just panning around, and you can see the little path that leads up towards the cottage, and that path leads into the orchards. Got lots of apples and plums and cherries and pears, other trees, hazelnuts. So just walking up towards the cottage now. And that's the barn. It's got a good overhang on it. Stops the rain getting down on the wood. And now I'm just coming up around the back of the cottage. I'm going to take you up this little path here. Of course, most of the paths now are being covered with leaves. So when people say, how long does it take you to mow the paths? Most of the paths I don't mow now because they're just covered in leaves, and so it's like woodland. Well, it is woodland. That's the old hen house, which is now a wood store filled with wood. Those are the lime trees that we coppiced at the beginning of the year, if you remember. And now just crossing the ditch. Going to go up along the little woodland path that leads to the stone circle. Now, some of you who are new to the channel will probably not have seen the stone circle yet. So this will be a little delight for you, because it is a very, in my eyes, excuse me, a very sacred stone circle. The stones are 13 in number, which is the number of the divine feminine. You see all these lovely leaves here from the sycamore trees. And the stones were literally just lying along the bank. So they had been part of something before, of which I do not know. You can just see now the stone circle coming up. It's in a very secret space now. It's very private. The trees and the shrubs have grown around it, and it's just a beautiful, meditative place to go. And you can see the little red oak in the middle. I did give that quite a good prune in order to strengthen it, because it was getting very leggy. And that's a sweet chestnut right in front of me there. And then there's a little bridge across the ditch that takes you down towards the Polytunnel. We'll be going down there shortly. That's a path that I mow because it's not part of the woodland. Just looking back now into the stone circle. I love this place. And the ferns have got huge around here. Massive ferns. And in year one, in 2004, there wasn't a fern to be found. I have lots of crystals and very special stones and pieces of wood up around this stone circle. Now we're just crossing the little bridge on the ditch and walking down along the Polytunnel. The Polytunnel now is 18 years old with the same plastic on it, but the plastic's become quite opaque now, though it's still in good stead. Lots of dogwoods along here. They turn beautiful colours. So now we're walking towards the north. Slieve and Erin would be over on the right if you could see it through the trees. And this is what I'm doing with my polytunnel now, drying out lots and lots of wood. All this is willow that was cut only a few days ago. Or should I say coppiced? Because you don't actually cut a willow tree down. You coppice it and it regrows. Just walking down towards the fairy wood. And this is the beautiful rowan tree, the rebirthed rowan tree. And along here is the badger set. But we'll walk back up now and go towards this beautiful fern. The fern, by the way, is massive, as you can see. And like I said, all these ferns have just come up. I wish I know this sounds strange, but I wished them into existence. I really did. I love anything that moves in the wind and that reacts to the wind. So I have lots of little things hanging on trees, and, you know, whether it's wind chimes or these little windmobiles. And then just along here is where the compost bins are. So I'm walking down towards this area, and look at all these little mushrooms. Very magical. And here we go, back up towards one of the apple orchards. This little light's been hanging on there since midwinter. And this is one of the ornamental apple trees. One of the things I'm going to be doing over the next few days is making some samhain wreaths for the doors and one for the gate down at the bottom of the driveway. And I'll film those. I'll film making those. I've got lots of things ready for them. Now, if you stay with me, although this is the end of the video at Bealtaine Cottage, I'm going to take you down to Loch Mila. Here we go, Loch Mila. I pass this when I'm driving over to the post office at Ballyfarnan. So today I stopped on the way back and I decided to take a little video just to show you how utterly gorgeous it really is. This is a crannog, and a crannog is an island built by the Celts for habitation and security and built into the water. That's the road that goes up around the loch. Some beautiful big trees adorn the road. I'm just panning around into the little car park. We're very people friendly here in the west of Ireland. There's lots of places to park. Look at these beautiful reeds. Now, if you were wealthy in the past, you had a reed thatch. And these are the same reeds that are used for thatch. They're harvested by boat usually. If you were poor, you'd have a thatch made of rushes, and the rushes would have to be replaced every year, whereas the reed thatch can last for, I think about 8 or 10 years, maybe more. Of course, they're growing in the water now because very few thatched cottages exist. They're very expensive to thatch, you know. And then there's always insurance. Bealtaine Cottage when I first saw it. And this is the view from the cottage, from the road up to the cottage. And this is the view from the cottage down towards the road.